guilty of crime.
Hello, everybody. Look at the phantom lighting. What's up? I'm back. I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime, and today we're covering the case of Kei'Mani Latigue. Now, she was missing, and this case has taken everybody's attention, which I'm glad. Okay, so Kei'Mani Latigue, it's all over the place. There's a few people telling the story, and I want to tell the story and continue. This is a deep dive here, so you guys do me a favor. She was missing teen Kei'Mani Latigue, now found dead in an abandoned and burned house. Father arrested. We got body cam. I mean, there's a ton of information on this case. There's no way I'm going to get through all this today. So I don't know what just happened. That was an interesting little thing that happened on my screen. Welcome everybody. You guys do me a favor. Happy Monday. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, get a membership if you can. Welcome everybody. What's going on? What's going down? Sergio, good to see you. Heartbreaking case. It's terrible. I don't even understand. I don't even understand how anybody could do that to their child. I don't understand how this father could have done that. We're going to have to go back to figure things out. Now, this piece of dad, right, was on the news. I mean, he went on the news pleading for his daughter. His name is Darnell Jones. And as the story is unfolded, we know who's done that. This happened within days. And I don't know if you guys know, but Keimani's birthday was on Friday, March 28th of 2025. She didn't even get to turn 14. She's forever 13. So Keimani went missing on March 18th, 2025 in Toledo, Ohio. Okay. And she went missing, and then her body was discovered on March 24th. So what is that? 6 days later. I mean, of course, all these cases remind me of the Madeline Soto case, right? Forever 13. Like, it's literally a forever 13 case. So I'll put that up for a minute. You guys can see the banner, see what happened there. Welcome everybody. You know what, Ohio, if anybody's from Ohio or that area, there's a lot of bad spots in Ohio. I know there are good spots in Cleveland, and there's certain spots that are cool, but Ohio, you hear quite a bit. What's up, guys? Good to see everybody. What's up? Good to see you from Australia. How you doing? Thanks, mods, for being here. I see Microwave Cheese is in the house. The Real Gemini says, gang, guilty of crime, gang. That's right. We're here to give the voice to the victims that no longer have it, and for the family members that frankly need it. Right. So, I mean, this is a heartbreaking case. Absolutely, Maria. I just can't think of anything much more heartbreaking than this. Now, the Madeline Soto case, very tragic, very heartbreaking. We don't know that Keimani wasn't being abused by her father prior. We have no idea, because a lot of those things get hidden. And as you start to dig into this case, you start to see what I'm talking about when I say hidden, right? When I say hidden. So let me drop this a little bit so you guys can see it. And then I'll tell you the quick background, and we'll get into some real Like, what's the real deal? What happened on this? What's up with her mom? What happened with her dad? What her grandparents say? What the police are saying, right? There's so much to uncover here, and it's not going to get uncovered in one day. It keeps progressing. So Kei'Mani Latigue, 13-year-old little girl, as you see, she looks older than that, from Toledo, Ohio, went missing on March 18, 2025. That was less than 2 weeks ago. Her disappearance led to an extensive search by the family and community members. I gotta give them a kudos for being out there the way they did, you guys. The way they were out there, the way they got out there and rallied for Keimani was great. They got the grandma out there. We got the mom talking. The dad came on the news, you guys. The dad was crying. Now, the dad is evil. For anybody that can do that to their daughter, I mean, you guys see that, right? You guys see that this little girl was found. And when it took 6 days, right? Extensive searches. He knew where she was. She was found in an abandoned house on Miami Street, East Toledo, if you guys know what that is. Now, the coroner's office determined her cause of death to be multiple deep cuts to her neck. So they ruled it a homicide. But as you can see, she had her hands cut off. She was essayed, nearly decapitated, you guys. Alleged person that took her life, we're going to hear bad anyway. Alleged murder, Darnell Jones. She lived with her grandmother. Her grandmother, Dorothy, thought they were coming after her. She thought she was going to get arrested. Now, her glasses and underclothes were found by the couch, and her pajamas were on the dining room floor. Now, they all rallied really quickly, and as you see, what's up, Wolfpack? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. It's sickening, it's heartening, and if anybody else can tell this story, it's me, right? I've been talking about Madeline Soto's case for a long time. It's rough, but I'm the one that can tell it, I think, in the best way possible. So people like the video. Jay does the video for all of us. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Yeah. Unreal, right? All right, let's unravel this story together. Say a prayer, just a quick moment. Justice for Kei'Mani Latigue, that everybody that's involved in this gets arrested. You guys are going to see, trigger warning, there's going to be graphic details and graphic evidence that I put out today. All right. So you guys, the family's rallying for her, Lisa, but what's behind that rally? What's behind that? Are they afraid they're going to get in trouble? I mean, we're gonna dig into this, so you'll see. What's up, Melissa? Good to see you. Bren, how you doing? Another disgusting case, and you know what? You guys asked for it. I'm bringing it. So, all right, thank you, Tiff, for helping me get this case together so quickly. There's so much to this case. All right, so first I'm gonna bring it to. I'm just gonna give you guys a quick clip of what the heck happened here. That's what I always like to do, just to get it going. My computer's being crazy. All right, where's this one? Where's the one I wanted to? All right, I'll just put this one on real quick. You guys know where we are. I just told you she was missing, then found. What the heck happened? We're gonna get the full story, and then we'll deep dive later on.
Investigators finding a body on the second floor of an abandoned house on Miami Street in Toledo today.
And there's a dad.
Tonight, the coroner's office confirms it is Kei'Mani Latigue. Her father, Darnell Jones, is charged with murder in connection to her death. Court records show he has an open warrant for his arrest. We have team coverage tonight as 13 Action News reporter Lily Lowndes takes us into the discovery on Miami Street. Lily.
Yeah, Christian, family members of the 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue were heartbroken as they gathered in front of an abandoned home on the east side earlier today. That's where police say they found her body. The family of Kei'Mani Latigue is in mourning. They were distraught on Monday.
This is a child.
Now, I got to tell you guys something. See something, say something, do something. All right. This is exactly what happened in this case. And I always go ahead. I always tell you what happened. And then we rewind and we work backwards. That's kind of my style. Like, bam, here it is. I lay it down. All right. So yes, guys, it's coming. I'm just laying the foundation for you. We're only 10 minutes in. I'm going to tell you the story. All right, so it's going to unfold. Like I said, missing teen, no longer missing. Kei'Mani Latigue found dead, abandoned and burned down house father arrested. Body cam, gruesome body cam. We're going to see. He goes in his pockets, gets shot, pretends like he wants to die, tells him, just let me die. All dramatic. But I got to say, see something, say something, do something. In this case, it's what led to her body. All right. I got to give kudos to the sperm donor demon, Darnell, his girlfriend, that made this happen to find her body so fast, guys. I gotta, and that's gonna come up next. I gotta tell you, see something, say something, do something. Yeah, it is lagging. There's a lot of people on this is not, yeah, this is because of StreamYard. I can reload it, but I'll miss you guys for a second. Where is she?
As a search for a missing teen,
I want answers, and I'm not going to stop until I get them.
Came to an end at this abandoned house on the corner of Miami and Wilmot. This is where Toledo police say they found a body on the second floor, a body they believe to be 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue, the teen who has been missing for more than 1 week. Keimani's mother, Tiara Caston, said it's a place her daughter never should have been.
I have no idea. My daughter, there's no reason my daughter would ever be over here. My daughter go to school, go home, go to school, go home. She go play her basketball, come home.
Caston lives in Cleveland. The last time she saw Keimani earlier this month, they played video games and caught up. Caston said she did not know what she would do if she found out her daughter had died.
Yeah, her birthday's the 20th.
Now again, they are just looking. I will reload if I need to. I can see the StreamYards being difficult right now. No, it's the biodad. We're getting it, guys. We're getting it, you guys. Foxy, you guys got. I'm telling the story. I've got it. You're gonna find out all of this, okay? So I got you. Just give me some time. We're only 12 minutes in, guys. I'm working my way to it. I promise.
Yeah, it should be 14.
A life cut too short, as the Lucas County Coroner's Office identified the body found as Keimani Monday night. Police say the last person to see her was her father, Darnell Jones. Officers issued a warrant for his arrest for abduction. Jones previously told 13 Action News he last saw Keimani on March 16th when she was
we're going to get all into that, but that is according to the reports, and we're going to hear all of that. We're going to listen to Keimani's mom plead. We're going to listen to all that. So yes, I do believe that it's not a birth certificate. This is a deep dive, guys. You guys want all the little details. Next is coming up is how they found her body. And I already told you it was the girlfriend. See something, say something, do something. So we just started. We're 13 minutes in. I'm going to break it down, guys. I got you. Give me at least half an hour and then I'll answer questions that I haven't already said. I know this case is frustrating.
afraid to be home alone.
Came over here because she said that if it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house.
The abduction warrant said that he's given inconsistent statements to detectives. Now, police have issued a murder warrant for Jones. Officers say Keimani was found with an apparent fatal injury. As the case continues, family members say they do not know what to think and are still searching for answers. The coroner is set to do a full autopsy of Keimani's body tomorrow. Police are still looking for her father, Darnell Jones.
All right, guys. So that's where we left at. They found her body. I'm gonna pull up the next one, and then we'll get to it. I want you to see what happened. We're gonna get all into everything. All right. So everything's breaking right now.
Breaking new information tonight as we come on the air in the Kei'Mani Latigue murder investigation. Toledo police executing several search warrants, including where the suspect, Darnell Jones, Keimani's father, lived on the east side. 13 Action News learning it was Jones' girlfriend who helped police with key evidence in the case. The woman who asked that we not show her face, telling Action News Jones called her last Friday and wanted her to turn off the cameras at the home.
So smart of his girlfriend to be like, yo, what? That happens so many times where somebody does something and they're suspicious and they did nothing. Yes, you guys, there were reports at school. There were reports at CPS. All of them are lying. The grandma, like I said, the grandma thought she was going to get arrested. You're going to hear all of that. You're going to see the dad literally get shot so much in this case.
She got suspicious and didn't turn off those cameras. She says she was in the bathroom when a relative saw Jones move some things out of his SUV, brought them into the house, and hid them under the basement stairs. She called police, got a
Petty.
search warrant,
Hey.
and took the evidence.
What did he hide under your stairs?
It was like a mat for the back of your truck, not a pickup, but SUV. You know, when you lay your seats down and you put that rubber mat in there to protect the back of your seats in case you're hauling something. That's what he rolled up and put in my basement. And his work boots, which were caked with mud, and he hadn't worked in a while.
And she tells us once Jones noticed the items were gone, she never saw them again. But that he did.
Again, you guys, they moved really quickly here. Now, from the time that this video played, this is her dad. This is Darnell Jones, the demon, right? You guys call it what you want. Mom didn't have custody of her. Dad didn't. What was grandma doing? Yeah, microwave cheese. Exactly. There's so many inconsistent things, but we're so early on in. Like, she just went missing on the 18th. They found her body on the 24th. Her birthday was on Friday, the 28th. So it's very, very early on. The grandmother had dinner before evening called. This is just like, what case are we? This is like all the other cases. Yeah, the supposed dad. And there's a lot to get into on the supposed dad, you guys. This guy is a monster, an absolute monster.
Did call her from Columbus. And that's when she told police where to find him.
What happened? Okay, so it just stopped. All right, so we've got, let's go. I can, let's start with this since you guys, let's tell the story a little bit more. I'm going to put this on real quick for you, or not, I don't know how quick it is, but if you can put in chat, it's called Integrity TV. All right, I'm going to hit play. I'll put it in chat. Let's watch this for a minute, give you some more details on the dad. I have the interview with the mom. I got body cam of the dad being shot, police talking, family talking, grandma's talking, aunts talking. There's so much.
That was murdered, raped, had her hands cut off,
my
and her
goodness.
throat almost cut off. This is an absolute animal that came into our town.
Would you kindly hit the like button when you get in here? Now, we got a horrible story going viral out of somewhere in Ohio called Toledo, where the whole community.
All right, guys, this is Integrity TV, and he mashes all the things together to give you the story, but I'm still going to break more down. 2 other bodies found. Thank you for letting us know that. You're deep into the case. I'm glad. Let's go.
Community is torn up and apart about this incident, where a 13-year-old girl named Keimani went missing for a week, and her body was found mutilated in an abandoned building. Initially, it was speculation that the whole family was involved, from the mother to the grandmother, but her father's being charged with the murder after fleeing to Columbus and being apprehended in a shootout that we're about to play here in a minute. But first, I need you to hit the like button.
Again, trigger warning. I hope this music comes off. I haven't got to watch this full video. I know it's annoying. If it doesn't, I'm just going to pull it down and go to the next one. I figure I have the interview of the mom directly. This is all playing out within days, just back to back to back. So everybody is pointing fingers at everybody. And everybody's pointing fingers at the school for not doing something, the grandma for not doing anything, not doing enough, or the mom not being involved. What's up? I'm going to call you Pillow Princess. What's up, girl? How you doing? All right. That's not a great Ohio, man. There's some places in Ohio that just are not that great. You guys do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, get a membership if you can.
Button and share this to spread awareness, because I like to bring to you and interrogated by the Toledo Police Department.
All right, so this is what I wanted to play you. He has some of the video, I don't, and then I'll move on. I didn't find this.
And physically fucked up with her. I ain't been feeling.
Now, this is Darnell Jones in 2019. This is the man you guys, this is the demon you guys are asking about. Okay, so she was abused. So this is very similar to the Madeline Soto case, being abused her entire life, shifted from house to house. Maddie was shifted house to house, generational, just like we went through in the last so much generational CPS. Yeah, it's huge, guys. This is episodes and episodes worth. This is her demon father in 2019 expressing mental sickness. Now, why did they give this? Why did they give her to Darnell Jones? Why was he able to have access to her? Because well, when generational abuse comes along, they don't care about that kind of stuff. It's kind of just built into the family, right? Thank you, Foxy Amazon, for the one Guilty of Crime membership. And I haven't seen you. I was just thinking about you, wondering how you're doing. Let me know in chat. Graciela, 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. All right, let's go. Yeah, there are a lot of gangs in Ohio, Cleveland. I know that. All right, here's her demon father, Darnell Jones, 2019, on video.
I'm the same. Ain't nothing wrong, man. Just, I don't know. There's a lot of shit that's on my chest that I can't control. It ain't, like, I don't know how to explain it, man. All I gotta do is just keep trying to stay good, be good, man. That's all. I just be over with. I hate the way I think. I hate the way I see things. And all I do is sit back and try to just act.
And why do you have a little girl getting access? Why does this guy have access to Keimani, right? Why does he? That's what we ask. And that's what we want to say. We want to blame the family, the aunt. But he didn't have, whether he had custody or he didn't have custody, visitation should have been limited to visitation with supervision. That's just absolutely disgusting. When you see this and you see the way the shootout goes down and you see all that, they just didn't do enough. They didn't do enough. And I'm going to get into that next about the CPS and the da. All right, let's keep going. There's so much in so little time.
Act like I don't see shit. Because if I do something about it, I'm going to jail.
What?
I'm the one getting in trouble.
Yeah, she has her own keys, so she left glasses and keys.
All right, guys, it's always good to document these when the parents are on an interview, on media, social media, any of that. All right. Yeah, there's a shootout, Jack Stormo, regarding Darnell, his arrest. Like I said, missing teen, found dead, abandoned home, hands cut off, almost decapitated, father arrested. That's what we are. You're absolutely welcome, P. Harris. I appreciate you. And yeah, the video was 2019, way before. This wasn't. This is the news. This is him saying, my daughter's missing. I don't know what to do. Ba-da-da. Does that sound like Jen Soto, Stephen Stearns? All, he's not crying or anything, but his statements are inconsistent. Everybody's statements are inconsistent. He doesn't have a conscience. His daughter is already, her hands are already removed. He had been essaying her. Who knows who else was essaying her? When generational abuse comes, you don't know who's involved. Nobody's talking, right? All right. This is him on the news, Darnell Jones, leading up to them finding his daughter. So this is in 2019, and then we go to current.
Yeah, she has her own keys, so she left glasses and keys. It ain't adding up. I'm saying.
Does she have a cell phone?
Yeah, and it's going straight to voicemail. She tried to call me at 1:29, and then she called my girl like 5 other times, and the last call came in at 1:49. So she was trying to get in contact with somebody.
And so no one has had contact with her. Nobody saw her. Who was the last person to really see her?
It was me. I came over here because she said that if it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house. So I sat for an hour. Me and my cousin, we sat over here. And we left around like 12:30ish. And She tried to call at like 1:29 and I missed the call. So she was calling everybody else too.
All right, guys. Now I have full body cam at this, which we're not going to play right now because I'm trying to get through the story for you guys. This guy, I have full unedited body cam where they tell him to get his hands out of his pocket. They shoot him. This has a little bit of weird background, but let's listen to this unfold for a bit.
What's your name? Dude, show me your fucking hands right now. Pull your fucking hand out. I swear to God, pull
Trigger warning, by the way. This one doesn't show it. It doesn't show it, but they edited the gun. I have the body cam. We're going to play that.
Don't fucking move.
Yeah.
Don't move. All right, suspect down. You guys are okay.
Don't move. He's got 33 right there.
33 in his hand.
No, it's a walkie-talkie, but there's 33s right here. Don't you move or you're going to get shot, okay? All right?
Nah.
Yep. That's him. Somebody get out.
Somebody get on the main here. Get us a medic.
I'm working on it.
All right, on your belly. All right. I got cuffs. There you go. Thank you, brother.
We don't have a motive, but there's 222 people in the house, so say a prayer for Kei'Mani Latigue, you guys. Let's get hashtag Kei'Mani Latigue or hashtag justice for Kei'Mani Latigue. Yeah, too many people are streaming right now. Everything's going up and down. StreamYard's having a bit of a problem. Yeah, he's pulling a potato card going on the news, and the self-serving details are, I mean, he's giving details just so he can lay out the foundation that he wants them to think. Thank you, Sin 222. You got a link of the grandmother's not supposed to have kids or play right back. I want to find a link. Hello, Mama. I have lots and lots and lots of links to lots and lots and lots of interviews. We just haven't got there yet. So don't take your time. Take your time.
Get you help, okay?
I just want to die, bro.
No.
I just want to die.
Darnell, right? Do you have anything else on you? Do you have any more guns? Yes. Where the guns at?
All right, let's hear more of the story. I have this body cam. I want to get through the story portion.
You have to help us lift?
Let's listen to the
biological mom stayed out of state and haven't had Keimani since she was 9 months old, according to her mother, Dorothy, which is Keimani's grandmother. That's when custody was transferred to the godmother, which is Dorothy's best friend.
Her name is Tierra Cashton, and I found out how Dorothy had custody of Tierra's daughter. It was an incident that took place in 2012 when Tierra got arrested.
All right, so this sometimes is helpful to have locals digging this stuff up, right, to tell the backstory, because there's a whole bunch of other things that this is going to tell the backstory. This guy dug it up within days. That happens. There's going to be a lot of people in that community that do or have a YouTube channel that are digging this stuff up, and I thought this was perfect, minus that music bothering me. Sorry.
When her daughter was only weeks. Back on December 17, 2012, Tierra was with 3 to 4 males who jumped the victim, beating them on the head. As this was happening, Tierra was stealing the victim's credit card out of his pockets. This was seen by a neutral third-party witness who was working in the area, charged with robbery. She had a $50,000 bond with no percent. She had a public defender. She ended up taking a plea. And ever since that day, Tierra's mom had custody of her daughter. So now we know about Tierra.
After Tierra caught that case, she went on with her life, according to her sister.
All right, and we're gonna talk with the mother on here. We're gonna put her on. Grandma's on. Grandma thought she was in trouble. Grandma's got some skeletons in the closet. Mom's got some skeletons in the closet. Keimani's being moved around and around to everywhere. And this is what happens. Yes, Nazaya. Thank you, Ever Love Me, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you speaking up for the victim. Yeah, these episodes don't get monetized, guys. So if you guys have the means to buy memberships, super chat, super sticker, all that, I appreciate it. All right, let's keep going. So much. This is just gonna give us a quick overview.
She didn't even make an attempt to get Keimani back. In fact, she was more concerned about being placed on child support than Keimani's actual well-being. So sad.
Have you been in contact with Tiara, the mother?
Yeah, I've been in contact with my sister. It's been briefly. It's been over through text. Like I said, I live in Indianapolis. I seen her yesterday, but that was very brief. It wasn't even more than 5 minutes. It was more or less that she wanted to show me my other niece, Kazaria, which is Keimani's youngest sister. But it wasn't like it was oh, sis, what are we gonna do? Any of that. And I don't wish this on nobody. I really don't. I could, your mind go different places when it's a baby. That was a baby. Like I said, I have a very close relationship with Keimani. She was a tomboy. She wasn't out looking for, trying to be fast or, mischievous or any of that. So for her mother to come down and have all this to say and all that, Tiara, where was you for the past 4 years? We haven't seen you since Keimani TikTok party.
Appreciate you.
You haven't called her. You haven't sent her anything. You haven't said, oh, baby, I'm going to come get you for a week.
Oh, you guys, there's so much. I mean, we heard the mom earlier saying, "Oh yeah, we were just playing games together, and we, this and that." It seemed more like a homie friendship, which it sounds like coming up. There's a lot of questions that she's going to answer. Thank you, Sea Life, for the $4.99 super sticker, and Kimber Smiles for the $4.99 super sticker. I appreciate you guys. You guys know what I'm saying. 55% did not hit that like button. Please do Jay a solid. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. I'm sending your shirt out tomorrow, by the way. All right, we got a lot to cover.
Ken, we haven't seen you until this happened. Why we got to see you when it's a tragic moment?
They're doing this. They're all doing
so
this.
So, Tiara, where do you stay at?
And Tiara lives in Cleveland, correct?
Yes.
So the past 4 years, you're saying there was very little communication.
Very, very minimum. It wasn't.
All right, we're going to find out.
Elementary. Fisher says she would often see Keimani come into class with visible markings, so she and other students decided to say something to a teacher.
She said, "All right, we're gonna get into that. I can't do this. This music. I've got all the same stuff. I can't do this." But I did not have that first interview. That music in the background is killing me. I was like, "How long can I play this for?" All right, so this is gonna give you guys a lot about the past information. So let's listen to that. About Keimani in the past, and then we're gonna do an interview with her mom, and the mom interview is gonna answer a lot of questions for you guys, because it's the questions that people are asking in chat. It's what we're thinking, and that came out 3 days ago. I doubt any of you saw that. I didn't see that. This case is progressing so fast every day, and there's so much that I want to get into. All right, thank you guys again for being here, supporting the channel. I appreciate you. No more of that music, I promise. I just wanted to play that first part, and then the next part, he's already got all the same thing I do without the annoying music. I can't get down like that. I'm guilty of crime cool, but I'm not cool like that with the dun 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 dun, killing me. Grassy, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Love you, Jay. To your beautiful family. Missed you lots. Been resting lots away. Most things, social media, healing, but guilty of crime helps me. Thank you. You're welcome. We're here for you. We're here. And the merchandise is all below $40. Everything's for like less than $40. Guiltyofcrime.com. I hear you guys asking if Tiff can drop a link in chat. You guys go check it out after the show. All right.
Kei'Mani Latigue found dead in an abandoned home just days before her 14th birthday. That, as the man accused of her murder, her own father, remains hospitalized more than 100 miles away. Darnell Jones, who also goes by Darnell Ogletree, was supposed to be arraigned in Franklin County today on claims he fired at Columbus police yesterday. Police shot him, and he's facing felonious assault charges there. And here in Lucas County, where he also faces murder and abduction charges. And tonight we're hearing from Toledo's police chief about this case, which started as a missing persons case. 13 Action News reporter Alexis Means has been on this story from the start and sat down with the chief today.
Darnell Jones is still in a Columbus hospital after he was shot by police there on Tuesday. He's accused of killing his 13-year-old daughter, Kei'Mani Latigue. Police found her body in an abandoned home on Miami Street.
Could he be brought back to Toledo today?
I don't know the timing, so I don't want to speak to it because I honestly don't know when.
Yeah, after we tell this story, now we're going to start getting into the CPS and the people making reports. And grandma says this, and auntie says this, and this happened. It's like it just gets crazy. It gets crazy. Now he was arrested and he was shot and arrested, but he was apprehended on March 25th. Got shot, injured by the police, telling them, "Oh, just let me die." Right now, he's charged with first degree, right? And then felonious assault and abduction. They're going to up the charges. They're going to probably up the charges and give him SA charges and whatever else they can, right? Whatever else he can. Also, what he did, he desecrated her body by cutting her hands off. I don't know what the heck he was doing. I don't know if he was trying to, when he cut her hands off, he was trying to get rid of evidence. Now, I got to tell you guys, when people do something like that are close to a victim, I think he was trying to dismember her, you guys. Yeah, it is a red rum. All right, church. I'm trying to get this episode out as far as I can. If I start using too many terms that I shouldn't, then I can't get this out. Now, her hands were chopped off. She was almost decapitated. I believe that he was going to dismember her fully, but he either got tired or it was too much for him. He's taken other people's life, but you hear many serial killers and other people that dismember people. Sometimes they just can't do it, you guys. And I just say a GUN is what I say, but we're going to play the body cam and it's bad anyway. Yeah, justice for Keimani, Naziah, Maddie, all kids, right? All right, so this is just a terrible case. And I was going to say that she was probably fighting for her life. It could be that, but also there could have been DNA and he just didn't get around to finishing or taking the hands and putting them somewhere else. That happens. But he was, trigger warning massively. What's up, Indy Isham? How you doing? Yeah, this is a huge trigger warning case. Now, he was trying to get rid of evidence, but he didn't seem to complete the job. And thank God his girlfriend spoke up, you guys. She's no fool. When you tell someone, go turn the cameras off and you're doing shady stuff, you come back all muddy and whatnot. A lot of times people just be like, oh, okay, my boyfriend will let her. She didn't let him get away with that. And she kept the cameras on.
He will be brought back. And I don't know if they're talking to him or not, because I don't know if he wants to talk to him. So there's a lot of things, but I know we sent detectives down this morning.
Chief Michael Trinley says this case has taken an emotional toll on the family, community, and officers.
It's probably the worst possible outcome of any one of these missing cases that we work.
He says when the teen was reported missing, officers interviewed family and friends, executed search warrants, and collected surveillance evidence in this case.
Sunday, we brought in cadaver dogs. We were out there searching and beating down the wooded area. And there's some things that led us to those directions, to those areas.
Keimani's father was interviewed.
Dad was interviewed. He gave us his version of the story. Eventually, we had nothing to say that was not true. Those are things that happened later on in the week that we started saying, some of the things he told us was not true. Why is he lying to us?
An autopsy revealed the girl's throat was cut. Tuesday, Columbus police, working in connection with TPD, found the suspect. Police say there was a confrontation and Jones was shot. Chief Trinley.
Right, and I don't think there was any kind of conspiracy theory things going on. I really do think that the custody thing is not completely true. I'm going to get into that. The grandma has not had custody the whole time. I haven't got into the whole story yet, Renee. I just started. I'm only 38 minutes in. The grandma actually tells us herself in an interview of what was happening. So we're going to get into all that. It's not, I haven't really told everybody everything and I haven't played everything yet. So you can't say that it's not true about that. It's off and on. It's a flip-flop. She was passed from place to place and grandma says it herself. Thank you, Clarence Drew, for the $20 super sticker. I appreciate you. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this case, but I don't think the hands being cut off had anything to do with outside forces. I believe he was going to dismember her and he couldn't get around to it because he left everything all in one spot.
Took issue with Columbus police, explaining why he believes this statement was unprofessional.
This case is one of the most horrific cases I ever heard. This is a 14-year-old that was murdered, raped, had her hands cut off, and her throat almost cut off. This is an absolute animal that came into our town.
He's releasing could be true details, could be false details. I'm not going to say one way or the other, but he's releasing details that somehow he became knowledge of,
right?
That affects another police department's case, another police department's investigation, important facts that actually allows us to confirm suspects, to rule out suspects, to do things in that investigation.
So I'm glad they saw the lies and we're seeing the things lining up now without doing an entire night, without playing the entire interview of Grandma. Grandma Dorothy did report her missing just before noon on March 18th, and she told officers that her granddaughter did not show up for school and that her phone was going straight to voicemail, just like the demon said. She said that she was out, that it was very out of the norm for Keimani. She was into basketball, good kid. Now, Dorothy is the grandma, and she actually told the 13 Action News last week that Keimani hadn't been since the night of March 16th. I guess with her, when Dorothy came home from work in the morning of March 17th, she found the door unlocked and the house was in disarray. She said that the stove was on and that she could smell gas. Adding to that, to Keimani's keys and glasses were still at the house, but she couldn't find her. So what Dorothy's saying she hadn't been there since the night of March 16th, which is crazy that she didn't call the police until noon of March 18th. Like, if your 14-year-old granddaughter is missing and the house is out of array, why are you going to wait? Again, this is another case very similar to not Madeline Soto, but thank you so much, Microwave Cheese. I hope you guys all get memberships, the one that want them. Nazaya. This is like the Nazaya case. You can't even be in control of what's happening because there's so many children. There's so much abuse going on, and there's so much, they don't know what to tell when and who to tell what. So there's lies going around in between the family with this generational abuse. All right, thank you so much. There's no why in this story. You gotta just listen up. It was the father. He had been abusing her. There may be other people in this. And yes, Toledo, Ohio always fights for children. Shout out, in my opinion. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. You'll hear the full story.
Those
now.
are details that we would never release in an investigation. Well, let's talk about the second factor. How insensitive is that? He has no idea if the family knows any of those details. He has no idea. Our coroner hadn't done the autopsy yet when he's running and saying those things.
The chief says his detectives hold on to information so they can build a tight case.
And if you missed that, the officer's saying that he's giving the Darnell, her demon dad, was giving them information about the case that hadn't been released yet. Okay, so he's telling them things that hadn't been shown on the autopsy. Nobody knew about that. What's up, Em? Good to see you. Oh, there's so many. If I sat here for the next 3 hours, I'd be able to fill in more pieces for you. We're just not there. And the police are only offering bits and pieces at a time. So don't worry, we'll fill in as much as we can today.
I asked him if rape charges will be filed.
At this point, we have no evidence that would allow us to file those charges. That doesn't mean that evidence won't come later.
Alexis Means, 13 Action News.
And just in, Columbus officer Brian Steele releasing a statement in response to what Chief Trenley said about the comments that he made yesterday. Steele says the information he shared came straight from the officers at the scene and those actively searching for the suspect. He adds that if the details of the crime were truly confidential, Chief Trenley should have communicated that outside agencies. Steele says he believes in transparency with the public. He closes by saying, as for catching Toledo's suspect, a simple thank you, CPD, would have sufficed.
Wow.
Members of Toledo City Council are demanding answers in Keimani's death. Council President Carrie Hartman says a lot of systems in the community failed the young girl.
There you go.
Councilmember George Taranto raised concerns about what happens when agencies receive reports of potential abuse.
We deserve action. We depend on these agencies to do their job. And I guess my question is, did they do their job? It doesn't sound like that. But I have an open mind. I want the truth. We all need to have that information. ASAP.
One of Keimani's former teachers tells 13 Action News that she and others reported abuse concerns while the girl was with a different guardian. Lucas County leaders are also looking for answers and action. Commissioner Pete Gerken says he wants to rebuild trust between the community and Children's Services. He says it's difficult to run a Children's Services board, but right now the community doesn't trust the system. He tells us...
Right, guys. So all of us are saying that. It's crazy how fast people jumped onto it, though. And thankfully for the girlfriend, he stood on business 10 toes. What? All right. So for those of you that just rolled in, we're talking about Kei'Mani Latigue, forever 13. She went missing on the... Well, they reported it on March 18th, but I think she was missing like the day before that. She was found March 24th, not alive, an abandoned building with her hands. And her hands were missing or chopped off, and she was almost decapitated, guys. So there are a lot of things in this story, and we're working our way through it. Yeah, CPS just doesn't always do the job. Many times we see that in Florida quite a bit. There's a huge problem.
If the board formally asks for help, commissioners are prepared to launch a task force to look into the system. Gerken says he'd want to bring in outside groups and include...
Of course, they're always going to say that. All right, let's get into some of the questions. This might help you with the mother's interview before we start getting into things like CPS and what all the other things that happen. So this was an exclusive interview. This is True Crime Savage Royal, and it looks like they did the interview on like TikTok or something. But this is with Kei'Mani Latigue's mom. All right, you guys can say what you will in chat about her, but let's listen to what she says, whether she's lying, what you guys know. And it says many questions are going to be answered that you're asking and that I'm asking. All right, so here it is. Give me a second.
I need it to be quick. I got to get back to this stuff.
Come on, lady. I hate TikTok. Sorry, guys. Come on, speak up. Stop.
Speak up no more. My nose is stopped up too. But I've been trying.
Why is it up with the bells, man?
Let me drop down and let me pop back.
Hold on, guys. I hope it doesn't do that the whole time. All right, so this is Keimani's mom.
Now.
Are they really going to do this?
Close it all the way. Push it.
Oh, come on,
Push
lady.
it. Thank you. Okay. I still have I have not grieved yet. I haven't given myself that time because if I stop moving, nothing's gonna get done.
I wish that lady would turn her bells off. Okay, I don't understand TikTok either, but this is the only interview that her mom has given. All right, and it was 3 days ago. Yeah, I don't have any patience for TikTok. I really don't. When I go on TikTok, I have no idea what's happening. So let's try to see what the mom says. Otherwise, I'm going to go to a different interview. There's a quick one with the mom, but it's not like this.
Right. So I just have a few questions. I don't want to hold you because I don't really want to put too much on you than you can bear. Okay. So the main question, the $1 million question that a lot of people are confused about is how long was Keimani with her grandmother and the godmother?
There you go, guys.
She's been bounced back and forth between my mother and my godmother since she was 1.5 years.
Did you actually lose custody? I heard said something where they lied on you and said that you that you had did something and that's how she got custody. How did you lose custody of her?
They took her from the hospital from me. I never got to take her home.
Oh wow. And they didn't give a reason?
Oh, they gave a reason, I'm sure. And I just paused for a second. We finally got everything going. They took her straight out of the hospital. And again, before I even hear anything, I'm sure that she probably was drug tested, and when she's drug tested and a baby comes out, that's what happened. So we're gonna hear straight from the mom. We got it all sorted out. This will answer some questions, whether she's lying or whether she's not, and will they hold her accountable? Yeah, I have TikTok, but it's hard to. There are some good interviews on there, like this one. I'm glad she stopped the bells. All right, let's listen. She's asking why they took Keimani straight from her in the hospital.
So it was a bunch of false allegations that were put on me. They said everything from me being a junkie, me bouncing from place to place with strangers, me medically neglecting my. I told you to stop. Sit down. Come on.
Wow.
Come here. Hush. They said that I medically neglected my daughter, and a bunch of other things that were not true. I brought them full documentation of everything that was going on because I wasn't living up here. I was living in Cleveland even then. And I only came up here to allow my mother to see her grandbaby be born. I'm her first child. And I was told that I was supposed to have been aborted. So the fact that she still gave me life when she really didn't have the means to do so, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to give her that gift. But like I said, I got down here. The documentation that I brought consisted of like my lease, you know, my W-2s, my medical records, because that was what they were saying. They were saying I medically neglected my daughter. I brought them my full medical records with, you know, my baby's midwife and my doula's number, all of that good stuff. I brought them my lease. I brought them the title to my car. I brought them W-2s from all of my jobs to try to like prove to them that the things that were being told about me were false.
Right.
And the last time I gave it to them was during what?
Again, I don't want to point fingers at the family, but I'm going to point fingers at the family and say, this sounds like a crock of crap. I'm hearing a ton of excuses right now. Midwife, and she's trying to throw these words that she's all, as she tells the kids to shut up, essentially. Quiet, get out of here, get out of here. Doesn't even go on camera. She's on this TikTok thing with bells, and what the hell is that? Like, show your face. Go on. I'm sure the news would love to hear you, but she's back in the background sniffing, and she's like, I can't talk any louder because my nose is all plugged up. What is going on, man? You want to rally for your daughter? Go on to a real platform. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to talk anything about TikTok, but like, and yeah, CPS should check on those kids. Junkies can't afford a doula. What is happening here? Like, I would be out rallying for my daughter. Like, she's behind. And when she was on the news, she's like, yeah, we'd banter like that, like we're homies. Like, that is not your homie. That was your daughter that we're talking about. Sorry about the bells, man. It's the only interview on TikTok. Only interview TikTok. And Tiff says, I spoke with the neighbor, one of the sisters. It's so sad she's barely fed. I have to grab that because I wasn't sure the context of that, Tiff. So, I wasn't sure if I should use that. So Tiff helped me research this case. Thank you, Tiff. And I'll tell you what happened right now real quick. So I didn't realize Tiff had reached out to Stormy Diane King on Facebook Messenger. And Stormy lived in the same apartment complex as Keimani's aunt. And she wrote back to Tiff saying, I lived in the apartment complex that her aunt lived in. She told me her aunt would lock her out of the house in the morning when she went to work so that she would come to my apartment in the mornings for breakfast along with a few other neighbors. So this neighbor is saying that Keimani would tell her and go over there for breakfast and things because she would get locked out of her apartment and she wouldn't be fed. So basically the aunt would go to work and say, you guys aren't staying in my house while I go to work. I'm imagining, and then kicking them out. So the kids would have to go scrounge for whatever they could. So the lady says Keimani was seriously a bright light in this world. My older two boys adored her and they all loved playing together. I asked her if she saw any signs of abuse, and she wrote, I didn't think that she was being physically abused at the time. I thought the aunt locked her out in the mornings. I don't know. She wasn't being fed because I fed her in the morning breakfast and lunch. I'd make trays of chicken nuggets and french fries or pizza rolls for all of the kids in my complex that played with the little boys. I had asked her if it was in the summer because I read that she would stay with the aunt in the summer, and she wrote yes. This was a few summers ago at my apartment complex in Indiana. I even reported to the complex police officer about her being locked out in the early morning, but nothing ever came of it. So she went back to Ohio, and this lady says I moved from the complex, and I don't know. I don't know. She just came last summer or not. Right, guys. So there it is. Thank you, Tiff, for sharing that with us. If you'd have told me, we probably should have talked earlier. I thought you were quoting somebody else. That's awesome. That's like a big deal. I would have probably talked to that lady and maybe even got an interview. Maybe I can get an interview with her. But thank you, Tiff. I appreciate that. Let's keep going with the mom. I have grandma's interviews. I have a ton of stuff. So many things that don't have bells in it. Stop playing those bells.
I gave it to them the last time in that staff meeting, and they tore it up in my face and threw it in the trash and continued on with the meeting like nothing had happened. So,
but you said she never went home with you though, right? She never got a chance to like go home. You just gave birth to her.
You just gave birth to her. That's it.
They took her from the hospital.
Took her from the hospital. Okay, so my next question, I don't want to hold you into, too long. I know you got a lot to do and you're busy right now. I understand. So they took her from you. Now, during this time that when they took her from you, the first person that she went with was the godmother, correct?
The godmother. They gave my godmother kinship care over my daughter when she was 1.5 years.
Okay. And how long did she stay with the godmother?
I'm not exactly sure. I believe she stayed there solely up until she was like 5 or 6, and then they started bouncing her back and forth between the two.
All right, so now we're getting it out there. I saw people in chat earlier saying that's a lie. She wasn't with. Now we're talking about that. Okay, interviews combative. It's a weird interview anyway. Like, why would you want to go? Why would you go on TikTok and hide behind some bells and shit? It's like, sounds like we're at Vegas. We're in Vegas and you just won something. Like, it's very annoying. I wish she would go on to a platform that we can hear her and she can plead for more information, but it doesn't seem like that's happening. It seems like she's hiding a little bit and trying to tell her story without really being out there. I mean, this is ridiculous that she didn't even know the time frame that her daughter got taken away from her and was with other, I don't know, Shut up, kids. Wait, hold on. Is that a bell? Squirrel. All right, let's keep going. My goodness. Justice for Kei'Mani Latigue, you guys.
Okay, so this basically lines up with the grandmother, how the grandmother said that she was there off and on for about 5 years. Would that be fair to say?
My daughter's about to be 14 tomorrow. No. No, that's still
okay, then
that's
us.
still not accounting for. That's accounting for like 3 to 4 years.
Okay, so that timeline is just a little bit conflicted. Okay, so during this time of her being there, how many years did you fight for your daughter after she was born?
Hey, I'm on the phone. No, do not open that door. No.
Smack. Get out of here.
You can go out there and play if you want to. But I can't have you play.
I'm surprised she doesn't say, go outside and play. And while you're at it, go play in the freeway, you guys. Craziness, I tell you. I can't believe you would have an interview about your daughter that was missing, found dead in an abandoned, burned down building, and you go on this platform and you're yelling at your other kids. It's like, first of all, shut the damn bells off while you're doing that, number one. Number two, get out of here. Smack your other kids while you're talking about why your kid got taken away from. Yeah, this is unreal. I don't know in what world that people live in. Sometimes I'm sorry if I'm being judgy right now, but like, yeah, you can finish it later, Jen. Jennifer, thank you for liking it. It's the story I need to tell. It's a platform she would learn to use your phone if you're gonna yell at your kid, right? Right? I can't get your thing. Nettie says that. Learn to yell yeah, at least hit mute if you're gonna yell at your child when you're talking about your child that's missing. My God, it would be a disaster, right? I can do an interview, but I couldn't do one on TikTok if things were beeping, belling.
Playing in here. But no, I've always fought for my daughter. I've fought for my daughter since the day
hold on,
that I
I'm
had her.
sorry. Give me 1 second. I pressed the button. I'm sorry. So say that again because I pressed my mixer. My apologies. Say that one more time for me.
Thank you, Kimberly Watts.
I said I've always been fighting for my daughter. That fight has never ended. In June, my mother was supposed to be signing a third-party custody transfer so that I could get my baby back because she said that she did not want her anymore. She said my daughter was stealing. My daughter was lying. I don't know that any of that is factual, and I don't believe it. But she said that my daughter was...
So why didn't you go get her?
Take it anymore. She wanted me to get my daughter. We were supposed to be going to court for that, to give me custody of my daughter back, because every place that I've had, I've always had space for my daughter. I've always made sure I had means to take care of.
Now get out of here.
So this abuse, what do you know about this abuse? Because one thing that I'm noticing is that there's a fair consensus from multiple family members that she was getting hit on by the grandmother. Did you know anything about this, and how long did you know, and what steps did you take outside of, fighting for custody?
Did a very good job of I think that was so that they would be able to do what it was that they wanted to do, how they wanted to do it. Again, I still have my parental rights, but because they are guardian, because they are custodian, if they don't give me the go ahead, I can't do anything.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, did you hear about the abuse? Like, how did you know anything about the abuse that the grandmother was doing?
I didn't hear about the abuse until
Of course you didn't.
Because I've
Get
never
out
even
of
seen
here.
my mother hit my daughter.
Oh, I'm
other
sure
than,
you
like,
haven't.
A spoon, like a wooden spoon to her hand. I haven't witnessed any of that, and I think that was for a reason.
God.
Okay, and she is your biological mother, because that was in question as well, correct?
That is my biological mother, unfortunately.
Dude, these family members.
How they ended up, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all are so loud. I cannot even think straight. Can y'all please? That's why I said go out there and play with them, so that they can scream and yell and holler as much as they want. Baby,
go play in the freeway. Come back when it gets dark. And while you're at it, go find a meal. Okay, back to the interview. What is going on, man?
My head, it's a lot of stuff going on in my head. Can y'all please step out? Please. I'm not trying to be mean to y'all, but I need y'all out, please.
Right?
Go. I'm sorry.
Listen, you're okay. I'm a mother. I don't care about none of that. Do you?
Listen. Okay, so maybe CPS is gonna look into her a little more after they hear this interview, because I gotta tell you, right after the case with Naziah, children got taken away from that home. So listen up. I mean, that could happen. They could start looking into this, and after they look into this a little bit further, what's happening, I hope that they see now that everybody's pointing the finger at everybody. Grandma took a long time took over a day to even call anything in. Dad had her unsupervised. What else is going on? Yeah, it just got real. TikTok is kind of an hassle, but yeah, I do want to tell Keimani's story. Yeah, Jay is right. Go play on the freeway. Get out of here. Oh, did I press the mute button? Sorry. Damn, man. These mothers. I know. All right, guys. Again, this is the best I can do with this interview. So much more content. I do hope that they look into this family further, because everybody is telling everybody different stories, and they're all trying to put it on each other, when they know there's generational abuse there, and instead of saying, you know what, this is what happened, they're all, I don't feel like they're lying. Yeah, Auntie Ree, let's just say a quick timeout prayer for Kei'Mani Latigue, that she gets complete and utter justice that she deserves, and that they look into these things further. She wanted her daughter to raise her kids. Yeah, I don't even want to call them that. She calls them that enough, I'm sure. And that's not what she looks like, by the way. I saw her on the news station. She's got this little picture of her down here. That is not what she looks like.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Those are TikTok bells.
Is there any other questions?
No,
or
I was
anything?
saying
'Cause
as far as
I got it.
No, I was saying as far as the abuse and things of that nature, you said that you didn't know anything about it. You just knew about the spoon and stuff like that. That's what you was explaining.
Yeah, right.
The only thing I've ever seen my mother do to my daughter was hit her with the spoon. But I've recently met a bunch of my family that I didn't know existed, and they didn't know I existed. Apparently, they've been trying to figure out where this light-skinned baby came from.
This lady,
wow.
But
no shame.
Just meeting them, they have stories on top of stories on top of stories. People that have lived with my mother for months or years on end are telling me what they've witnessed. So
can you explain of your sister? Apparently, your sister went on the news and she said that you never around and you only came around because you were fussing about the child support and $900. Can you explain why she would go on the news and portray it that way, or why she would say that you were never around?
I don't deal with my sister first off.
Oh, I'm sure you
I
don't.
Talk to her if if she don't talk to me. I raised all my little sisters and brothers. I was the protector. I was the provider for them when we were in foster care. And I put myself in harm's way to make sure that they didn't have to go through the things that I went through. I don't talk to our family is not tight knit. So I don't really speak to her that often. But that is not the same energy that she had when she called me and told me that my baby was missing. Because she's the one that let me know. I had no idea. I don't do social media.
Understandable.
We
Now,
can
there's
tell.
another misconception or some that's getting people a little bit confused as well, is that people were going around, and I'm just here because I've been watching it from the very beginning. So don't think I'm just someone that just hopped of it and don't know anything. People are saying that is Keimani, is this her biological father?
There it is, guys.
Okay, and would you know why people are saying it's someone else? They were saying that the grandmother said it's not, or something like that.
All right, so there it is. I mean, we've heard of quite a few things. Do I believe a lot of things? No, but it gives me a better perspective on who Keimani's mother is. She just said that was a biological father. I imagine if he was getting visitation, they probably did a DNA test. They always do that. No matter what, they do a DNA test, especially if they get visitation and if he was paying any child support, you guys. So I just want you to know that more than likely the father was, in fact, the biological father. My brother has had a couple issues in his life, and both my nephews, the moment they separate and you get any kind of custody, they make you do a DNA test. So I'm going to imagine that happened. Bad birthers, Jen Soto and this chick are sickening. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Hope that you subscribe. Oh, you're a member. Wow, awesome. Keep coming back. This mom and many others are so irresponsible. They get a kid taken away and they still spread their legs and get under control. They are so. Thank you, Zara, for that awesome comment. Yeah. Wow. Social media or call your own daughter. These people, man. All right, let's keep going. At least the bells stopped.
So they said that my mom said that. Where she got that from, I'm not sure. But shit. People are also saying that my mom and my daughter's dad have been sleeping together this whole time too. So I don't know.
And you just learned that they were dealing with each other on a personal note. That's crazy, and I'm so sorry.
If it like the only time I really talk to my mother or my child's father is if it's concerning my child. If you tell me my kid needs something, I got it. If you tell me my kid wants to do something, I got it. If my kid is short on something or shit, if the house is short on something where my baby is residing, I'm going to make sure I take care of it. There has been times my mother has called me.
Thank you, by the way, Nancy, Jean, and Indy Isham. Thank you for the $1.99 super sticker. Indy Isham, the $4.99. And again, craziness today. That's what happens. I mean, that's what happens in these cases when a bunch of local people get the information and they start coming together and getting interviews like this. I wish I could get an interview, one that doesn't sound like that. Anyway, we have better interviews after this and a lot more. Hit the like button, you guys. And yeah, I feel that sounds like a madhouse. I feel bad for those kids. The good thing is I hope that they do crack down and look at the family better. What about the baby with you, right? And she thinks it's funny. Did you hear her joking? I don't know about that light-skinned baby where she came from. It's not funny. It's not funny. And I don't believe half this stuff either. She just said a minute ago she couldn't breathe because her nose, she's sniffing and huffing. And the next thing you know, it's fine. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Synth. Go take a headache pill. That's TikTok for you. The internet's doing weird things today. I'll say that.
Legitimately 3 days in a row. The last time she did this, I was homeless.
Mute yourself, Nut
Right.
Buster. Mute yourself.
She called me the first day.
Okay. Go ahead.
There was the last time she called me and was asking for money back to back was when I was homeless. I was literally living in my car, had nowhere to go. And she called me one day and was like, hey, I need like $600. We ain't got no food in this house. I said, okay. She called me the next day. Hey, I need $300.
Okay.
I'm trying to do something for Keimani's birthday. Okay. She called me the day after. Hey, can you send me $60? I'm $60 short for her cake. No, I can't, because now I'm flat broke.
Wow.
Aren't we talking about Kei'Mani Latigue, her daughter that was almost decapitated, hands chopped off? Don't we want to hear about the father and what he did? Don't we? I don't understand what are these questions, what they're talking about. She's literally, this mother sounds totally calm for someone who's 13 years old. Just exactly. I don't think she ever bonded with her, to be honest with you. That's real about light-skinned babies. Yeah, that's fine. But that's not appropriate to be laughing about that. I just don't think she bonded with her. All right, Amanda Kaiser, you're late, but this is the missing teen now found, Kei'Mani Latigue, dead in an abandoned and burned down house. Father arrested, almost decapitated, hands chopped off by her biological father. Now we're deep diving, looking at the family, what's going on in the case. All right, if you're homeless, how can you provide 600 of anything? That's what I was wondering too. She's going off on that and then saying people are asking her for money.
So it was just always.
If you call me and tell me my kid needs something, call me and tell me my. It's always been about money.
Wow.
But regardless of that, like I said, my only concern has been I don't care about the money. Money comes and goes.
Yeah.
Mostly goes, lady.
So they were saying, so that this house that your mother lived in, I've heard that your mother was on drugs. I've heard that it was pedophiles and pimps and crackheads living in there.
Damn.
Was she treating this house like a boarding house for the community? What do you know about that, of the people that were coming in and out this household?
$600.
I didn't know about the crackheads and all of that mess until after I got here.
I don't even think I'd be able to do an interview with her. She straight up said, what about the crackheads and pimps that are at your grandma's house? And the mom had to stop and laugh about that and then get through that. And we're going to listen to Grandma and Auntie next. It's not that long. I've got cut up portions of it. You guys stay here. Do me a favor. Hit the like button, okay? So we can get this into the algorithm and get out real information. Oh my God, I'm going to do another episode and not going to have all that. I'll just recycle what and tell you guys what, because this is crazy. Money comes and goes when you put it in your nose. But bump. Good one, Kim Watts. And then you laugh about it. Oh, wait. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
I only found out about Wayne, my little brother's dad, staying at my mother's house when he got out because my dad called me and told me. And I asked her why he was there. And I told her that I was uncomfortable with him being there because he just did 22, 23 years and ain't seen a woman. I don't want him nowhere near my kid.
Okay, so what happened?
And he's a registered sex offender, correct?
Staying at that house, from what I knew, was family.
No, I'm saying, but Wayne, he was a registered sex offender. That's what he was in the penitentiary for, right?
My wedding cake was 60 days.
Wayne was in the penitentiary because he killed somebody over 50 cents in a slice of pizza. So, mental health, top tier, you know?
Wow. Okay, so now that all of this is out and things of that nature, right? I know that the day before she went missing, she was at your house because you had the birthday party for your other daughter. And you said that you gave her some money and then you also gave the father some money. Now, here's what kind of had me confused is because they were saying that you really didn't get a chance to see your baby for a lot of years. Is that correct? I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's incorrect. My daughter was at my house on the 15th, Saturday the 15th.
And that's a good possibility, Queen Bee. I don't know if the only person that was involved is the father. Now, remember, he did get shot, and I'm wondering if that's going to prompt anything to talk about, or they're going to find more evidence. Now, this wasn't an abandoned, burnt down house. I'm imagining they left, and I'm going to say they, if there were multiple people, they left DNA everywhere. When you do commit a crime like that brutal, and you decapitation, taking the hands off, things like that, you're in it. All right, you're in it, and there's gonna be a lot of DNA. They said that she was abused, like the CSAM abuse, right? She was assaulted. I'm sure many times other people had probably passed her around. There was being raped going on. You know what I'm saying? So there's gonna be DNA all over, and I wonder how they're processing that. All right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They're going to find a lot of different kinds of DNA. And yeah, they're going to, if they up the charges, we'll know about that because they did say she was assaulted. She was sexually assaulted, right?
Her and her sister had already spent the week up here together. Because I have a 4-year-old. She was up here with Keimani for a whole week before that. My daughter's dad got permission from my mother to bring Keimani to me on Saturday the 15th. That had nothing to do with no birthdays. I don't know where people keep getting that evidence from, but that's not what I said. She came up to see me because, again, I'm paying child support. I still have my parental rights. So that was my visit. But she sat with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess my mother wanted her home before the night was over for whatever reason. But they stayed for 2 hours. We played the video game. We joked, we played. We had a good time.
I don't know.
Okay.
We had a good time.
Okay, Spicy, I did say that. I'm sorry to interrupt. I did say that because I knew Zaza's birthday was on the 17th. And I was just like asking you because you were getting stuff together for her birthday on the weekend. So yeah, I did say that.
Okay, it was the weekend. Okay. And so he came and took her there and then took her back home. Now, do you guys let me ask you this, maybe you would know. Do you guys even know if she even ever made it back home?
There you go.
From what I was told, she was home. Because she went to.
So we're not getting much out of this. The number one answer we got so far is that or there's two answers. One, that's a biological father. Number two, that Keimani was taken from her at birth, and she was with her grandma off and on for 5 to 6 years. So yeah, we're all trying to make sense out of this. I mean, the mom is she said the same answer. I don't think she bonded with her daughter at all. Yeah, it just keeps getting worse. I really don't think that. They may have defensive cuts in their hands, bruises, legs. Oh, Keimani was a fighter. She might have fought back. Oh, I'm sure she fought back. I'm sure she did. And I'm thinking that there was DNA evidence under her fingernails. The dad tried to cover it up, dismember her, and he couldn't finish the job. It is hard to hear any of this, but it's what it is. It's only interview that they have out there right now, and it'll be done soon.
School on Monday. The kids at her school vouched, yes, she was here, and she walked with us to school. We had lunch, and she walked with us after school. She went home.
Okay. Wow. All righty.
There's that she walks to school with. If she doesn't get on the bus, group of kids that she walks home with if she doesn't get on the bus.
Okay. Now, can you give us some clarity on this timeline? When was she officially reported missing? I think that's also some inconsistencies in that for people too.
Don't know when she was officially reported missing. So
I can't even believe she doesn't know when she was officially missing, when she was reported. Now, you guys know grandma didn't report her until March 18th at noon, but she said she never made it home on March 17th. The house was in disarray. There were clothes, there were things, and she didn't report till the next day. Everybody knows that the official report was March 18th. Now, we might not know it was at noon, but wow. She just, yeah. Maggie, how you doing? Glad you caught alive. Her heart broken for her classmates and teams and the community. The community is so much more bothered than her mom is. Her mom doesn't even know the timeline. I don't even know why we're listening to her talk if she doesn't know that.
From what I understand, from what was told to me, she went missing Tuesday. My mother claims that she noticed that she figured out that my daughter was missing when she got home, which was supposed to have been 10 o'clock. But apparently she still had not reported it at that time. She called my cousin Kat, which is Big Cat on Facebook. I'm sure you guys have seen her today. I don't know that any part of that is true. But I did not find out until almost 4 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. Like I said, my sister, the same one that's on the news talking crazy now, is the one that even let me know that my daughter was missing. My mother did not call me about anything, even remotely related to the kid, until Thursday. The Thursday after she went missing at 3:49 p.m.
She knows what time.
Wow. So this is kind of thank you guys for the gifts. I appreciate it. So
at least she turned the damn bells off.
We are in. Your sister had went into the news, and she also had mentioned
she currently lived with her grandma at the time, which I'm going to get into next. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, all right. I don't know. This is pretty annoying, but I don't want to miss anything and then say I didn't hear the whole interview.
So when your sister, when she was on the news and she basically is saying that you never around, there's also some allegations that your sister was one that was a part of the things that was going on in the house. Have you heard anything about your sister leaving your daughter out while they leave the house for hours throughout the day and she had nowhere to go? Have you heard those allegations yet?
I know that I have been told that apparently my sister's son, my nephew RJ, was apparently touching my baby as well. And my cousins told me that as well. No, my mother has not talked to me about this. My sister has not brought this to my attention. The people that are responsible for taking care of her are the people that should be telling me what's going on. When something's wrong, regardless of how big or how little it is, you should be letting me know. That is still my child. I still care for her. I still love her. Still go above and beyond for her.
Well, how about you go above and beyond for those kids that are there what are they doing? Like, why are there just a bunch of, why does this sound there's like 7 children just climbing on her and mom, get out of here. What is that? Like, she probably didn't even answer the phone because she couldn't even have heard it had grandma called. She probably has a landline still, and her other numbers got some burner phones. Like, what is going on? Why isn't she taking care of the ones that she has now? I agree. CPS should really go take a look deeper. The generational toxicity and trauma are deep in this family, like the Harris family. Yes, the Naziah case. It's so hard for me, you guys, to cover these cases. I want you to know that. Thank you guys for being here. It's hard for me on many levels to cover these type of cases. So I appreciate you guys being here. There's 236 people in chat. You can see how I'm responding. I mean, this is my channel is kind of like a reaction channel too, because you see how I react and respond to these things going on. Like, this is my genuine response to this. Yeah, they're hungry. And we just heard from Tiff earlier that the neighbor would say that grandma locked him out. I mean, the aunt locked him out and made him go fend for themselves. Like, what is going on? Yeah, CPS needs to do their job. Coming up next, let's finish listening to this. This is one of the worst interviews I've had to listen to since the Wade Wilson interview when he was in jail or prison, like one of the first times jail. Very hard to listen to. All right.
And how old was this son
But it's
of
the
hers?
fact.
How old is her son?
Every time I spoke to my child, every time I spoke to my child, every time I spoke to my mother, every time I spoke to my child's father, everything seemed normal. And I ask questions. I want to know what's going on. And I think my daughter just didn't say anything out of fear.
Yeah, possibly very scared. And she who could she really go to now? I want to also get an understanding of the father as well. There's old videos popping up of him, and I'm trying to get an understanding of his character, because I remember your other video when you first did the interview with Nutbuster, and you said, that he wouldn't do anything like this. What do you think happened?
I've known this man since I was 19 years old. I am a girl's girl and always have been a girl's girl even before that was coined. If somebody would have came to me and told me that this was something that he was into, or this was something that he could have had the potential to do, or they thought he did it or whatever, I'm going to stand by them. If any woman would have approached me and been like, hey, he's fucking weird, I would have taken heed to that. I have never heard of him doing anything of the sort. Even some of my cousins went to school with him. They said he was a square, has always been a square.
Dude, she's taking zero responsibility for her child being taken away from her. She's taking zero responsibility for anything. She's deflecting. She's not answering questions. And her baby girl, beautiful baby girl that was about to be 14, you guys, looked older than she was. Kei'Mani Latigue, found dead, nearly decapitated, hands cut off in an abandoned, burnt house by a baby dad that she doesn't even know. She doesn't even know. Queen Bee, you're right. She doesn't know what normal is. Like deflection off the charts. Oh my God, who cares about you? I'm angry, right? I appreciate you guys for being here, listening to this, because it's hard. The kind of cases that I deal with are usually not this hard. This is hard. Yeah, she did look like Alicia Keys quite a bit. She thinks she's a victim. Yeah, she's playing the victim in this. I don't even want to hear her nut buster interview because I can't take it. Maybe at some point I'll transcribe it, but it's terrible.
So none of this was, I wasn't expecting him to have anything to do with this, but I can't say I put anything past anybody. As of right now, everybody's fucking guilty and I don't care. So, and you can listen, and I see y'all in the comments, y'all can talk about all y'all want, but at the end of the day, I'm doing what I have to do to make sure that my baby gets a proper burial. I'm trying to do what I have to do to make sure that my kid is.
You don't have to reply to them, okay?
I'm not about to put on no show for y'all. I will grieve when I have time to grieve. Right now, there's other things I need to take care of. I have a young child with me. My child.
Y'all do not attack her. Do not attack her. I don't hold on, give me 1 second. Not Buster, give me 1 second. I don't know who all y'all is that's in the comments, but this is Savage Royalties Live, okay? This is not like any other body's live on here, okay? This woman, regardless of how y'all feel, lost a child. Do not disrespect her in my comments. You can take that to somebody else's live. Do not you can't tell her how to feel. You can't tell her. Do not do that over here.
That's what I think.
Do not, please, out of respect for me. You can have your own.
She must be hearing us, huh? I'm never going to get an interview with like that because I can't handle that. I can't handle that. I would have to tell her a piece of my mind. I am not a good interviewer, I guess. Even though people trust me, that's coming out soon, guys. You guys are going to be like, what? All right, microwave cheese. That's exactly what I believe happened. Not only the fingerprints, but I think that there was DNA under her nails from fighting back, and he failed. I believe he tried to do that. He tried to dismember her, and he failed. All right, that's what I believe. Welcome, Marcy. Good to see you here. Yeah, GoFundMe and a Netflix series coming soon. Absolutely, this case is disgusting, and we just started. We're an hour and a half in, and we just started, you guys. So hit that like button. Let's keep going.
Own
We're almost done.
Respect my live. I don't have admins because people know I don't play them games. Go ahead, love. Go ahead, Nutbuster.
Okay, so Spicy. When I was on the phone with you that day, didn't I already say he was a weirdo? Like even did that messy shit with calling her while we were talking. I already said he was a weirdo, so I don't know why the person in the comments was like, "Oh, you said he was." I did say he was weird. I did say that. I've been saying that, and it's just more so to say that people don't care what type of. I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
He called my mother like he had to check in with her.
Yes, I called him a weirdo. So yes, I did. Everything that I have set up here, I have said to her. And it's just like more so I feel like this is not the time.
Yeah, these people are playing the blame game. Now you're going to listen to the next blame game, and it's not that long, and it's definitely, there's no bells playing. This is absolutely, I have to play this next because it's grandma and aunt. Hold on. Oh, no. Grandma and aunt. What a disaster. Hold on. It's grandma and aunt, and you're going to hear why the mom was trying to push it on them now. And these are exclusive interviews, but they're not the extensive ones. So let's listen to this. I'll give you enough of an idea.
Fraternal Order of Police says a man who was shot by SWAT this morning is wanted for a murder of a teenage girl here in Toledo.
His
However,
daughter.
neither he nor a spokesperson for Columbus Police would confirm if that man is Darnell Jones. Here's what the FOP president had to say.
When I heard about this case, this was an individual wanted for homicide out of Toledo. I called my union counterpart in Toledo. I said, hey, good news, we have your guy. Your guy committed a murder, chose to fled to our town. I'll tell you right now, the wrong town to come to if you murder somebody. Our SWAT team will go out looking for you.
That's awesome.
We are working right now to confirm if the man shot this morning is Darnell Jones. He's wanted for the murder of 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. And just a short time ago, our Silver Barker exclusively interviewed Keimani's grandmother and legal guardian, and then Keimani's aunt. Here.
All right, there it is,
I know
guys.
specifically at your home, there was a lot of speculation online that you were being arrested, but when we checked with police, that was not the case. So can you further clarify on exactly what did happen yesterday at your home?
Well, I was called and told that there.
All right, before we get into it, that's Dorothy Latigue, Keimani's grandma. And remember, guys, everybody's doing the blame game, talking about he essayed her, but I didn't know he essayed her, and I don't know he's weird, and they did that. But if I would have been told that, they're all gonna start lying on each other. We recognize these cases all so well. All right, we do. We're gonna be experts in these cases very soon because they just keep coming. All right, this grandma, Keimani, she's the one that reported her missing a day later.
There was a mob of people in front of my house. They were angry. It was more or less the people that were here earlier, waiting to see if it was Keimani that was in the home. And
yes.
Basically, some people from the neighborhood had contacted me and said that there was a mob in front of my house and they were talking about what they were going to do to me once I came home. So the police, the detective said that she would have a unit come out and help me get my things and more or less escort me off the property. I asked to be handcuffed just so they can get the away from my property.
Are you scared?
So no, I was never arrested. I was taken downtown, but I was never arrested.
Are you scared for your safety right now?
I am.
What are some of the things that you've been hearing and receiving from people?
They said they was gonna blow up my house. They said they were gonna do harm to me. It's just been a barrage of different things.
Well, think about that. Nobody has emotion. The most person that had emotion was the dad, and that was because he got caught for himself, right? And he was playing the victim too after he got shot. Just let me die. I just want to die. You're a demon. You're a demon. You need to pay for this. And this one's just sitting here. She's going to blame somebody else, then they're going to blame somebody else. I don't trust any of them, including the mother. They're all full. I agree. I agree. And I'm grateful that the girlfriend and the father said something. Otherwise, yes. Ama, yes. Amen for that. Amen for the demon father, for her girlfriend saying something, seeing something, and doing something. Thank God. Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep going. These people
that they've been stating.
And now, yesterday, or let's backtrack first for a little bit. So you are the guardian of Keimani, or you were the guardian of Keimani, correct?
I am the legal guardian of Keimani.
Okay. So in terms of taking care of her, when was Keimani placed under your care?
A year ago.
They take care of her.
She's been in my home for the past 5.5 years.
There you go, guys.
I just obtained legal custody of her a year ago.
Were you and Keimani close?
We were.
What were some of the things, trying to think of her and paint a memory of her in a good light, right now with everything that's going on, what was Keimani like? Tell me a little bit about how Keimani was in the time that you've got to know her.
Keimani was phenomenal. Keimani was a helper. Like she was older than what she appeared to be. Like, you know how they say somebody has an old soul? She was that.
She probably was older than she appeared to be because she was probably being abused for a really long time. And that dad looks very creepy. Every time I see Darnell Jones, her father, the demon that took her life and brutally did whatever he did, abused her. I don't know how you don't see he doesn't look weird, creepy. He was talking about his mental health back in 2019, you guys. You're telling me you didn't see the signs? Nobody saw the signs? She was illegally with her for 5 effing years. Yeah, generational abuse for centuries, I'm sure. Justice for Keimani. Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep going.
She loved older music. She loved playing video games. She loved the friends and family that she was allowed to be around.
You didn't do a very good job.
Basketball for Spring Elementary. She was highly intelligent. So I'd like to clear up the mental issue statements. No, she was not mentally ill in any way. we had her, you know, assessed, and they didn't feel as if anything was wrong with her mentally. So that was not a issue. But back.
Why does that come out when a child goes missing or something bad? Why do they blame it on the child and say something mentally? What is happening here? She says she was worried about her well-being in the house, asked to be cuffed, let people think she'd be taken, and she's sitting there with her arms crossed, deflecting at everybody else as well. Deflecting professional. Thank you for saying that. What's up, Debbie? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, let's keep going. My goodness.
To Keimani, she would, like, say for instance, someone would come over and they had children. They didn't have to worry about their kids because Keimani immediately embraced them and would play with them. You know, kid stuff. She was just
always, of course.
Like I said, she was like no other kid her age.
What school did Keimani go to?
She went to Spring Elementary.
And we were told that at that time she was doing good in school as well too, correct?
She was. She had brought her grade point average up from a 3.4 to a 3.9. And you know, actually they were going to have an award ceremony for the basketball players today at 5:30, but when I divulged to them that she had passed, they've rescheduled it. She was going to receive her trophy for being, you know, on the team and stuff.
And she has a birthday that's coming up, correct?
Her birthday is Friday.
And she would have been turning 14.
She would have been 14.
That was this past Friday, you guys. If you guys just came in, welcome. Kei'Mani Latigue went missing on March 18th. Her body was found March 24th in an abandoned building. All right. She was brutally assaulted. CSAM. Her hands were cut off. She was almost decapitated, nearly. All right. The coroner ruled her death. Definitely a homicide, but multiple deep cuts to her neck. Okay. So that's what we're talking about today. Kei'Mani Latigue, her grandma's speaking right now. They're all pointing fingers at each other. Generational abuse. Yeah, there's classmates and teachers reported it to CPS and nothing happened. Have you heard that story before? It sounds like it. All right.
Did you have any plans for her birthday?
We were going to have her a large birthday party because it would have been her first birthday where, once again, all of my children were together and could participate in the party. Her mom was supposed to come and everything. So I asked her early on, what type of party do you want? She said she wanted a basketball themed party. So that's what I bought, things that revolved around her playing basketball. I'm still receiving stuff in the mail for that.
So there's been some confusion now in terms of when it comes to family, you know, who's her biological father, who is her biological mother, and then also was she in the foster care system? Can you clear up a little bit of all of that? You know, when Keimani was placed in your care, you know, when is the LCCS, who exactly did she come from, and how did she
came from her other legal guardian. I choose not to state her name, but she came from her other legal guardian because the other legal guardian and I were best friends. The other legal guardian is my daughter, Keimani's mom.
So you see, folks, she was already passed around a bunch of times. Imagine immediately your child that you love coming straight from birth and being taken away. Now, I'm sure her mom failed to mention that the drug test probably came back dirty. That usually typically is what happens when they don't give you your child right away, unless they're sick or something. All right. I'm sure she missed that part. Yeah. Divulged to them, and I'd like to not say why be like that. No, they already know she's gone at this point. Her birthday was on Friday the 28th of this month. It happened on the 18th. They found her body on the 24th. Her birthday was the 28th, and today we're in the 31st. All right, let's keep going.
Godmother. And we had already discussed when early on, because she's been with this person since she was 9 months old. My daughter has never really had custody of Keimani.
Right.
So she's been with this person since she was 9 months old until, like I said, maybe 5.5 years ago. Now, off and on, this person, we would interact and, you know, do different things with her, for her, or I would contact her and tell her, well, I need this, or Keimani would like that. And she would come by and oblige, and we would
oblige. What is that? She would oblige and we would commence. Do you think that's how those people talk? Yes, another 13-year-old, forever 13. She didn't get to turn 14. Her birthday was this past Friday. She didn't make it to that, all right? Didn't make it. I don't think her mom talks like that. She just turned 14 on Friday. She didn't make it to 14 though, because her life was taken probably on the 17th when she went missing, and nobody called or reported her until the next day at noon after the school called. Why is the identity important? Yeah, undisclosed, oblige. You really think she talks like that? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know who wrote that script, but it's not good.
It's
You know,
just too much.
earlier you mentioned when you were talking about what Keimani was like, you know, you had mentioned that when family members did come over, who were allowed around her. Can you expand on that? Is there family members that weren't allowed around her?
No, it's just not very many that came around. And those that did, you know, she acted, as far as I'm concerned, she acted accordingly. She embraced all children, bad or good.
Did you hear that? No, that's not what I said. She acted accordingly. She embraced all of them. I don't think that's how you talk, lady. I think that was a direct question about who would you be worried about coming in your house. And she, and then she threw out a couple more big words. She's definitely hiding things in this interview, and I imagine that she's given inconsistent statements with the police. Yeah, stutter much. That was bad. That was bad. It is sickening. I agree. It's a hard case.
Okay, next question.
So now we do know that Darnell, you know, people are looking for Darnell Jones right now. The police are looking for Darnell Jones, and there's an arrest warrant out for him. Do you have any idea of his whereabouts?
Oh, well, to my knowledge, he was just arrested in Columbus. He just recently had a shootout with the police in Columbus. They're saying that he confessed to her murder. And no, I take that back. They're saying that he confessed to her rape and slitting her throat.
No. Oh, man. Trigger warning if it's not too late. I think this whole case is just a trigger warning, and it's not going to be monetized anyway. You just can't. Yeah. How do you just do that? Next question. I don't want to answer that. I just gave you two big words in my vocabulary, and then we're going to move on. Damn, that's brutal, you guys. That's brutal what happened to Keimani in life and in death. Yeah.
I can't even say.
You know,
Yep.
As the police report mentions, Keimani was last seen seen with Darnell. You know, do you have any regrets of letting Keimani go with, as you're her guardian? Do you have any regrets of letting Keimani go with Darnell?
I do, only because, like I said, I feel deceived. I feel like this was pre-planned. I feel like you meant to do this. I feel like you was grooming her.
You think?
When you say grooming her, is there things that you saw before this leading
No,
up?
I never saw anything out the ordinary. But when molesters decide to choose prey.
Wow, all of a sudden she knows about this, you guys. All of a sudden she knows about grooming, and she knows about the prey, and she knows about this generational thing that we're going to all of a sudden. Wow. Crazy. Nobody's going to give me an interview. You guys would think that, but surprisingly, even with my sarcastic comments, People reach out to me. You wouldn't imagine. Crazy. Yeah. All of a sudden grooming. She knew that word, but what happened there? Just wow.
They groom you first. So they give you gifts. They try and make you comfortable with them. They try and say little things to you that you and they can keep secret. And then eventually they pounce. And that's how I feel that oh God.
No.
How all of this is played out, I feel that's what happened. She was a virgin. She didn't like boys.
There's also comments, and we're just trying to address those and get those addressed.
Wow, she did get emotional there. My goodness. Yeah, you guys say a prayer for Kei'Mani Latigue. When I see her get emotional, it makes me emotional about her, not for the Grandma Dorothy, but for Keimani and what she must have went through. Jesse Lou, thank you so much for the $1.49 super sticker. This was Keimani's biological grandma. It was Kei'Mani Latigue, Dorothy Latigue. We just heard from her mom with all those bells and everything. The aunt's going to be on here next. And you guys aren't going to be surprised. I tried to get on earlier with the members only and leak stuff out to you guys. So I do appreciate you guys. I was trying to kind of leak a little bit, like and subscribe, justice for these young girls. I don't know if you guys will believe me or not. Well, you'll have to, because soon Stephen Stern's mom reached out to me, guys. Believe it or not. So you guys hear how hard I go on Stinky Stearns. You know, I go real hard on Stinky Stearns. I've been covering all the jail calls and all that stuff. And again, Kei'Mani Latigue, Madeline Soto, justice for all these young children. But Stephen Stern's mom reached out to me, guys, and I've been having some conversations with her. I haven't told you guys, but there's a little bit. I can't even give you the full story. I'm only going to be able to give you a piece of it. But Stephen Stern's mom and I have been communicating on my cell phone, and I'm going to leak some of that out on after I run their interview. I'm going to do the interview with Hidden True Crime tomorrow, and then I'm going to leak out. Yeah, I've been talking to Deb Stearns, you guys, Deborah Stearns. Yes, all the way. My mods know about it. It's crazy. I can't tell all the details, but I mean, I'm gonna ask her again in public, all the way in the audience, when we do Hidden True Crime, for a real interview. But I do have a 25-minute interview for you guys about our discussion, Deb and I. And after that, she may not want to talk to me, but it's okay. I'm not gonna play games with Deb Stern. So yeah, just saying, I'm gonna leak that later on this week. Leak a little bit of that out, and if she wants to give me an interview, I'll be very, you know, if she wants to come on, I got to give her a platform, and we can't, you know, say bad things about her, whatever. But you'll hear. So I was real surprised, because you guys hear all day long I talk about Stinky Stearns and Jen Soto and all that, and yeah, she's the one that reached back out to me. I messaged her like 6 months ago, and all of a sudden in my inbox, and then she called me back on my cell phone. Yes. All right. So just to let you know, I mean, I do have sympathy and empathy for all of these people. Grandma, I do. I got a little emotional seeing her cry, no matter what kind of people or what generation, who knows what they're going through. I still always have sympathy and empathy for the victims and their families. Now, absolutely not for Darnell Jones. May he, if he is the person that did this, which he already confessed, may he rot in hell, burn in hell, whatever happens to him. May he get the death penalty. All right. Yeah. Has she been okay to you? Yeah. Everybody's Stephen Stern's mom. I mean, that's like when you get into true crime and you've got this case of the decade, and the person that's responsible for this case, the parent, the mom, reaches out to you. It's a bit crazy. I was a bit in shock. So yeah, I'll let you guys know some more about that. I think she might be a little mad at me that I'm talking about it, but it's okay. She is pretty emotional, very up and down, and I'm not like Hidden True Crime where I'm a psychologist or psychiatrist or any of that. So I'm doing my best here with somebody that flip-flops on me. We'll just say it like that. All right. And I do believe Deb cares. That was her major message. Her major message to me was that she absolutely knew Madeline Soto for like 7 years and she cared about her and she loved Maddie. And then she goes on to talk about Jen Soto being a shitty mom. So I just want you guys to know that she did talk about Maddie and saying how much she loved Maddie. So I mean, you gotta play both sides sometimes and listen to the other side. Now, I also got to tell you, it's a blessing that we're getting these jail calls, and it's a blessing that Stephen Stearns is talking about the crime. So no matter what happens, whether Deb is mad at me or trusts me or doesn't down the road, they're helping prosecution build that case by Stephen Stearns talking about the night Maddie was dead. So no matter what kind of parents if we're mad because they're giving him root beer or whatever, he's talking to them, guys. He's talking to them, and this is going to help the prosecution. All right. So, and I do have sympathy for serial killers and killers' parents, no matter if they goo goo gaga them or not. So I don't know what's going to happen. Again, I haven't told you guys for like a week because I don't know. She didn't want me to. It's flip flop sitch. Whatever. It's gonna come out here this week. Tomorrow we're gonna go over the Hidden True Crime interview so I can show you what perspective I'm coming from, and then we'll go from there. But I have it, and we'll talk about that after. Justice for Madeline Soto, justice for Kei'Mani Latigue, justice for Naziah Harris. Let's keep going. All right.
There's comments online and speculation again that Keimani, her home situation, she was abused. What do you have to say to that?
Okay, abuse in whose eyes? Because she was not abused. Yes, she was chastised whenever she was wrong or did things wrong.
Tammy.
Other than that, she was not abused. She was not just whooped for no reason or just because I felt like it. I've went through this twice because the school system had contacted CSB on her behalf when she went to Bennett Academy. And they came in, they did a case study and closed it. They've stated there's a way to chastise children without physically harming them. And you need to whoop them on their behind, nowhere else. So, okay, with that in mind, I knew that. So she didn't have like bruises all over.
How long ago was that when they came into your home?
Again, this grandma sounds like she's starting to get scripted. It sounds like BS. And Kim Watts, you're right. You got to remind yourself there can be two things true at the same time. And if I don't get the interview, it's because she's getting blasted. All right. It's because she's getting blasted. And she expressed to me that she doesn't want to be abused anymore. The phone calls that are coming out right now, those are from months ago. So those calls from months ago are coming back now, and we're blasting those parents. You know, we went from Hidden True Crime to the phone calls, and we're just reaming those parents. And so I guess maybe it was a way to get it off her chest by coming to me. I don't know, but it's crazy. And the grandma seems angry on here, but then she also seems to lie. Yeah, she's encouraging his talk of Maddie and then flat out tell him not to talk. Yeah, it's crazy. Why is nobody talking about her father? Did he take off with the dad? Did she live with grandma? Keimani, what's going on? We're getting there. Let's keep going. The aunt's coming up here next.
I would say the latest, it was approximately 7 months ago.
And so you say the latest. So was it a few times that they came
Hell
to your
yeah.
It was twice total.
So twice total that they came into your home. Check. Okay. And it was all for chastity, like you mentioned, what you just said earlier.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in terms of, this whole situation, so you were not arrested, correct? And that's
Correct.
what, a lot of people seem to think as they saw you going out and cuss. That's what you asked for, correct?
Yes.
Right. Okay, so my first question for you, can you tell me your relation to Dorothy?
I'm Dorothy.
All right, so this is Dorothy's daughter, Auntie. It's about 5 more minutes. Thank you guys. We still have 256 people in here. I really was trying to stick down to like an hour, hour and a half today, but we're coming up on 2 hours. So let's keep going. We're going to do episode 2, probably get into episode 3. The neighbor that Tiff got me a hold of is going to give me an interview with the neighbor to talk about the situation, and we still got body cam footage to go over and so many other things. So thank you guys for being here. This story is going to keep unfolding, and we're going to keep covering it as much as we can. All right, let's keep going.
Dorothy's second oldest daughter. I'm Keimani's aunt. My name is Sanika. I live in Indianapolis. All this that is going on is devastating. You wouldn't think that, you see it happen around the world, but when it hits close to your heart, you really just be thinking like, did I do something wrong? Did I fail her? She didn't have the life to live that we have got to grow and live. She was only 13. So to know that somebody that I trusted, which was her father, to come through and deceive us just to get to Keimani in some sexual way or a harmful way, that hurts me to the fullest. And the point I feel like I failed her.
All right, so the aunt's playing the sympathetic card. This is Keimani's aunt. Welcome in Tamika. Missing teen Kei'Mani Latigue found dead in an abandoned and burned down house. Father got arrested. There was a shootout. He already confessed to taking his daughter's life. They didn't charge him with the sexual abuse yet, but they did confirm that there is, and her hands were chopped off and her head was almost decapitated. All right. Those are the cliff notes. Let's keep going. All right.
As being her aunt, a person that she could run to and tell anything and everything to. That was my girl. That was my baby. And to hear all of this, to know all of this, and to be going through all this and hearing it for as long as that it went on, it's very devastating. I see so many people that are supposed to be my family that's going against my mom and me for that instance, and saying like, oh, she failed her, she had something to do with it, she had this and that. It doesn't matter at this point. For right now, and until we get justice for Keimani, it's all about Keimani. What I would like to say is there's a lot of people on the internet starting GoFundMe's, and that's not what we need right now, because it's not what Keimani needs. The funeral home has objected to say that they're going to come and pay for everything, so there's no need.
Thank you for saying that, Suzette. That's the same aunt that would lock her doors and make her eat at the neighbor's house, guys. So all these people are all doing this, and it's crazy. How are you doing this? A very sad story. I pray for this young lady. Welcome, Cecilia. I cover hard cases. That's why you guys come here, because I handle these cases. Everything's all about them. Yes, it's all about them, not Keimani. I haven't heard much about Keimani at all. I wonder why. The most I've heard was she got good grades, and they throw in a couple nuggets, and that's it.
Need for any GoFundMe pages, any of that. Everything is being taken care of that needs to be taken care of by her family, her immediate family.
Does it upset you that there are GoFundMes? Some of them, I think, in cases might be scams too, as well. That are going
what upsets me is that people are starting these GoFundMe pages and putting Keimani name underneath it, and they know that it's going to get viewed, and people have sympathy and feel some type of way about that. And some of them can be scams, but I know some of them have come from family members. When just let the immediate family handle that. Like, what y'all gonna do with the money if y'all not turning it into the funeral home? There's no need. Let us handle it. Y'all just sit back and give us the emotional support that we need. That's what we need right now.
The interesting thing is she goes straight to the money. I don't think I would be thinking about that. She doesn't want someone to scam the money and then it not get to them. So I hate to say that, but that's the first thing she starts talking about. Yeah, Tamika, you heard that too. She's worried about the money. My perspective is always that of like, I tell it how I see it, and that's exactly what I see. She comes in hot talking about that. Damn, man. It's crazy. This case is crazy.
Now, as a family, as a community, we should all come together and just give each other the emotional support that we honestly need. And that's just what I asked for everybody to, calm down, breathe. I know this is a hard time because it's not just a hard time for y'all. This is a rough time for me. I just need y'all to come together and understand that we need each other as a community, as a family, and emotional support is what we need the most in this situation.
Yesterday the crowd was. Yesterday, you were here. I'm assuming the crowd was very upset. Lots of emotions going through too. Especially at this time with such a sensitive situation. We've heard multiple comments out in the crowd, attacking or pointing fingers at your mom. So, what has it been like trying your support system and helping her out?
In a way, you have to be mature enough to decide, am I going to follow along with the crowd or am I going to, stick around with the loner? I'm to the point where I'm not following nobody. I'm going with what's right. If it was your mother, if it was your niece, would you console your mother? Would you console the person that was closest to her who lived with her? I'm not out to have a torch in the pitchforks and all out to go against anybody except the person who did this, which I believe was her father, Darnell. I don't have any other anger pushed towards anybody else. I'm angry that this happened, but I'm angry at the person who did this.
Do you know if, have you been in contact with Tiara, the mother?
Yeah, I've been in contact with my sister. It's been briefly. It's been over through text. Like I said, I live in Indianapolis. I seen her yesterday, but that was very brief. It wasn't even more than 5 minutes. It was more or less that she wanted to show me my other niece, Kazaria, which is Keimani's youngest sister. But it wasn't like it was oh, sis, what are we going to do? Any of that. And I don't wish this on nobody. I really don't.
She said, let the family handle it. What? See, it didn't come off clear because she's telling people, don't post GoFundMe's because we're going to, that they're going to post. She said, we let the people take care of it. I don't know what that means. I don't know who's handling it. She's not exactly saying that. If Keimani was violated, I think all of them were violated. Yeah, I think there was a lot of that. People from the area are saying that. And, but I just remember this is the aunt that she's pointing at her mom, saying things. She locked them out of the house during the day. Who does that? Who does that? I don't know. Maybe it's just part of what they do, but that's not what we do.
I could, your mind go different places when it's a baby. That was a baby. Like I said, I have a very close relationship with Keimani. She was a tomboy. She wasn't out looking for, trying to be fast or, mischievous or any of that.
Fast.
So for her mother to come down and have all this to say and all that, Tiara, where was you for the past 4 years? We haven't seen you since Keimani TikTok party.
Wow.
You haven't called her. You haven't sent her anything. You haven't said, oh, baby, I'm going to come get you for a weekend. We haven't seen you until this happened. Why we got to see you when it's a tragic moment? So, Tiara, where do you stand?
Damn.
And Tiara lives in Cleveland, correct?
Yes.
And so the past 4 years, you're saying there was very little communication.
Very, very minimum. It wasn't even, she'll call my mom. She'll go through me and say, have you talked to mommy? And I'm like, no, about what? And she'll say, oh, well, she got custody of Keimani and she trying to get child support from me. So it wasn't that Tiara was concerned about.
I don't think we're going to find a motive like that. I think the dad was abusing her. She was about to be turned. She was almost 14. She was days away from being 14. They found out that she was sexually assaulted. Okay. So this girl that looked older than 14 played basketball, was probably pretty tough and rugged, and her dad's abusing her in that way. She said, no more. I mean, I really do think she was fighting him back, and it's going to come out, you guys, but I don't think there was a motive like that. Like, oh, yeah, dad doesn't like her because she's gay. I'm going to go. No, I don't think it was that at all. I think he was abusing her, and she didn't want to. And you'll see he has mental health issues that he talked about before. You're going to see in the body cam of the shooting, all that. You're going to see how the dad is. I don't think it has anything to do with that, or he would have taken her life a long time ago, guys. I don't know that we're talking about a different case here. The Harris was pregnant. Madeline, not so, as far as the family says, no. But I don't think it was like that. I don't think that's the motive at all.
About Keimani was
Could
more
be.
of the why she want child support from me.
What is the relationship between your mother and your sister, Tiara?
It's very distant. They had their words. They fought. Keimani mother has a godmother that Keimani was with before my mom got her. And there was no communication then from Tiara. Tiara had I feel like Tiara just let her go. Because any mother would be on her toes to get her children back. That wasn't the case here. It just wasn't.
When was Keimani taken away from Tiara?
I'll say about 7-8 months. And then Tiara godmother stepped in and got custody of Keimani, which would have been around 9 months. Yeah, and Keimani had been with that lady from 9 months all the way up until about, I'd say 5.5 years ago.
Damn.
So it wasn't like Tiara was actually in the picture, saying, hey, maybe I can start getting myself together to get my child back so nobody else can get hurt.
You ever worried for Keimani's safety with any of the family members or anyone?
I wouldn't say I was worried because I was here. I was here every winter break, spring break, holidays, birthdays. I was here for Keimani.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of pointing fingers at each other and deflecting because each one of them has some sort of guilt about something they did. I mean, when I hear that from the neighbor, and then we just heard the news asking about other people or what was going on, and we hear that she would go to work and lock the kids out all day and they'd have to go find their own food. Yeah, you're gonna have some guilt when that kid turns up not alive in the way that happened. All right. So thank you, Elizabeth, for checking that. 5 GoFundMe's up in Keimani's name. They're just trying to have a cash grab at this point. I don't even know what happened. Carrie stepped in. She said, I missed the lives. I don't know what happened. I sent Jay an email, GoFundMe. Okay, thank you. We're gonna deep dive this case. So today we're almost done here. We're at 2 hours and something, and there's so much more to reveal.
Yes, you come and you enjoy time with your family, but I was here for my niece. I also brought my youngest sister and her 2 kids from Indianapolis to be here for Keimani because we've been in the system before. So I know how it feels to feel like, dang, I'm at somebody's house or not feeling not wanted. I know those feelings. So I tried to give Keimani that at all times because she wanted and loved by her aunts.
Wow.
And this is just devastating that I have to go through this for the rest of my life and knowing I'll never have the embrace of my.
It's about her again. And when I get that lady on to tell us that she was her neighbor and she locked them out all day, we'll make sure we play this first and then we'll follow it up with that. Okay. I just think there's a lot of dysfunctional things going on. General assault, a very broken family. Agreed. Another Naziah Harris case.
My niece, hey TT, what you doing? When you coming down here, I'll never get to hear that from my baby again. And that's what kills me the most. I just wish that when I was down here last that I had just taken her to Indianapolis with me. So this would never happen. A lot of things, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but at the end of the day, I just really wish that whatever happened and whoever did this, y'all didn't have to do that to her. There's plenty of people out here with, grown people that put themselves out there to be, the sex workers or whatever it may be. You didn't have to do this to a child. There was nothing that Keimani would have done to make you hurt her. So She was a very timid kid, you know, tomboyish, you know, reserved. She wasn't, you know, loud and you know, out there. So it's just devastating that that me and my family have to go through this.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add at this time in the interview? Anything else that I didn't ask, maybe?
I just want people to understand that family is family, and at the end of the day, don't be so eager to go against your family. Talk to your family and talk to the children. These children may be scared to talk to the parents about things that's going on or what may be going on because they feel like they may get in trouble, but make it known that to your kids that you can talk to me. Make it very open. You can talk to me about any and everything, because that's what these kids need to hear nowadays, instead of going on social media and talking to somebody over social media about it, like he did this or she may done that. Talk to your family, because they can handle, they're the adults that's supposed to handle it. So yeah, and it's forever Keimani.
All right, guys, we're not going to play the full one, but I got another, don't leave. I got another 6 minutes graphic body cam, shows Columbus SWAT arrest suspect Darnell Jones. I'm going to play the full body cam in the next episode. It's really too good not to show you, and too good not to, you know, I like to capture everything in my episodes, but I don't want to play the whole thing now because I don't have time to react and talk right now.
Where am I?
All right, there he is.
What's your name?
All right, there's Darnell. They're walking up to him. That is her father getting arrested. All right, and he puts his hand in his pocket, and they're going to shoot him. All right, so trigger warning, this episode is not going to be monetized today, so let's just be real with it. All right, Lisa is me, became a member. We still want to get it out there as much as we can so people know what's going on. Thank you, Lisa is me, for becoming a member. Here it is. Here's the body cam of the shootout and the arrest of Darnell Jones, her biological demon dad.
Where am I? Don't do it. What's your name? Kill me. Dude, show me your fucking hands right now. Pull your fucking hand out of your. I swear to God, pull your.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Dennis in a second.
Don't fucking move.
Don't move. All right, suspect down. All you guys are okay.
Don't move. He's got 33 right there.
33 in his hands.
No, it's a walkie-talkie, but there's 33s right here. Don't you move or you're going to get shot, okay? All right?
So I'm already shot.
Got it. Yep. That's him. Somebody get
on the main air. Get us a medic. I'm working on it.
All right, on your belly.
Nope,
right.
He didn't. No, but what he did do is he said, go ahead and actually he did have he did. Look at that one on the ground. He did have doesn't even matter. He had a gun on the ground. They're not gonna monetize this video on YouTube, what we just showed already. And then the language, which is the only way we can get this story across. So there you go. They said they're gonna shoot him and kill him. He said, go ahead and kill me. And then there it is. You can see it on the ground. All right. You see that right there? That's definitely not an officer gun. That's a Darnell gun.
I got cuffs. There you go. Thank you, brother. We'll get you help, okay?
I just want to die, bro.
No, I know, but we can't allow that.
I can't.
Right.
I don't want to live.
Get us some cruisers. Secure this field. All right. Who fired?
I'm in the car.
He did too. All right. You did? I did not. Okay. He did. Okay. You good?
All right.
You good? All right.
I know.
I actually have the body cam footage with nothing redacted. I think I'm just gonna put that up on I'm gonna put that up on the Patreon page so you guys can go watch that after, because nobody's faces are redacted. There's all of you that want to see the whole thing. And there's blood everywhere and whatever. I mean, that's what I do. That's why I put it over there. He wants the easiest way out. Yeah, what he did to his daughter is unforgivable, Tamika, and we all know that. He knows that. It's unforgivable in the way he left her body and what he did, how he violated her. It's just not something that you can redeem yourself ever from.
All right, listen to me. Listen to me. I got to roll you off. I got to get you up on your side, okay? I got to get you up on your side. I got you. All right.
Yep.
Where do you hit at, bro? I don't know. All in my leg. All in your leg. He's all hit right here. I know. He's hitting his arm once. Need a medic here now. Where's your they're coming, okay? We got him. He's hit once in the arm. All right. He's hitting the side here. Yep, you're hitting the side. Okay. You'll be fine. Hey, look. You know what's good about this? What? Sit up, okay? You're gonna be fine. I can't move my leg. I know. Okay. I know. I think they're broke. Where do you guys need it? There you go. How's that? They broke. Okay. I can't get up. Okay, we're gonna leave you sit here like this. Take a deep breath. Do me a favor. Take a deep breath for me, okay? Hey, move your car. Block that road. You're on shell cases. Get that road blocked. We can't lay you down. Okay, you've got to stay up. I'll hold you up. All right. You just relax. Lean back into there. There you go. You're gonna be fine. Listen. Hey, nothing's ever that bad. All right. It is. Okay. Well.
It is that bad what you did to your daughter.
Right? Do you have anything else on you? Do you have any more guns? Yes.
Where's the guns at? Where's the other gun at?
I don't.
Darnell. Hey.
Sorry.
Darnell.
Do you have anything else on you?
Yeah, you said you had a gun.
I don't. I think you just fading. I don't know.
Thank you.
Nope. Just stay back, okay, please.
Stay back.
Hey. Okay. Okay. We're making good witnesses. You're fine, ma'am. You're fine.
We got to get him searched. So medic's going to take him.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right there.
Just go chill.
Somewhere else.
Yup. Shave the head. Get rid of the DNA. You know the drill, Auntie Ree. You know the drill. He definitely shaved his head from the time he was on the news station. I'm sure there was a ton of DNA evidence in his hair. That's what happens. It stays like that. You saw those little braids that he had in his hair. When you're dismembering a body, that's what's going to happen. I mean, we see the real stuff. I watch the real deal stuff. I can't post it on YouTube. I originally started my channel about serial killers, and I can't even talk about them on YouTube because they edit stuff. So yeah, we see this stuff. Yeah, thought he was a free man. Thank God for his girlfriend.
Hey, have that cruiser start getting scene tape.
Kei'Mani Latigue, Lolo.
Step back.
They're fine. It's fine. Yeah, we need a cart. We need a cart. Cart. I know. Stay with me, bro. Keep talking to me, guys. Hey, 511. If anyone is listening at home, officer support. Sit here, legs, arms. Which way do you want his head? Here. Right there. Okay. Up. You need him out of the cuffs? Yeah, we're gonna need him out. All right. We're gonna hey, listen, we're gonna roll you up one more time, all right? Gotta get those cuffs off. You see, relax. Clean up.
There you go. He's hitting the arm, leg, arm, and I believe left chest. Okay. I get a good search on him. I am. Everything's got to come off. You taking him all down enough in this? Yeah. All right, that's fine. Pull this off. All right. Cut the stuff off. Cut your belly. You guys will help us lift? Yep. Grab the wound, grab the head. 1, 2, 3. Down. We're down. Hold on.
All right, so that's just a small cut of the video. There's actually a 23-minute video that has nothing cut out. So you guys do me a favor. I tried to get this done in an hour and a half, but I couldn't. Right when I came in, everyone was asking questions, and I understand that we all have a ton of questions. So if you guys didn't watch this video, I know it's a rough video, but if you want the details and you want to understand what's happening before we get that interview with the neighbor, and there might be another lady that wants to talk to us, please do me a favor and go back and watch the videos. You guys can see that, like Connie says, what happened? What'd the girlfriend say? The girlfriend's the one that led the police to that burnt down abandoned house. All right. He called his girlfriend and asked for her to turn the cameras off, that he was going to go to this house and do this. And then he came back all muddy and covered in whatever, who knows? And she called the police and said, hey, he asked me to turn the cameras off. I didn't. I saw what he was doing. Possibly there's another suspect that was with him. And she led them to that house where they found Keimani's partially dismembered body. But there's a whole bunch of things. I've been going for 2 hours and 25 minutes, and it doesn't seem like she knew that. It doesn't seem like she knew at all. There's another interview with her that's a little longer. They don't show her face ever, but she doesn't want anybody to know who she is. Maybe she was only dating him for, who knows. Either way, see something, say something, do something, and that's what she did. And that's what led to Keimani's finding her in that house, you guys. She went missing on March 18th. They found her on the 24th, 6 days later. All right. So it could have taken a long time. Who knows what could have happened to her body. Thank you, Gray Moon. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to continue covering this. It's very brutal is what it is. It's a brutal story. And it's always brutal when I'm telling a new one, right? When I'm covering a new case, it's always brutal for me. It's always brutal for you guys. There's so much information where I'm used to having the crime crew where we got it down. We know exactly what's going on. And we've deep dived so much. So we're going to come back to it. I'm going to go drop that 23-minute body cam, no redactions, in Patreon so you guys can see it. I'm going to do what I can to get this as far out there. And it only helps if you guys hit the like button and share the video so we can start covering. I want to cover more of this so it's not so rough for us to listen to these TikTok interviews where we're hearing bells ringing and shit like that going on, all kinds of stuff. Wow, he had no respect for what BS he covered in the past. Damn, praise be that she realized he didn't think much of her. Absolutely. And this case is bigger than I think we know it is. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't. Get a membership if you can. The Deborah Stearns video is going to come out first. It's going to come out first for members only, and then it will push out later. Tomorrow, we're going to cover Deb and Chris Stearns in the Hidden True Crime interview so we can see both sides of the perspective, all sides, right? Nothing's black and white. Nothing's flat. The earth is not flat. All right. Everything has depth to it, and there's all sides. So, Lolo, thank you. I appreciate you guys. And what do you mean, how'd she know? She saw the cameras. He called her, and she saw the cameras, and she called the cops. And then they stepped up, went and found her. Love you guys. Go back, watch from the beginning, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m., but I'll see you soon back for this case. All right? Peace out, guys. Have a good night. And go watch something else.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?